Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of Shamel's Talk Show, and we are here with another divine guest who is my school friend, a very nice friend. Her name is Anisha. So let's talk to her. I'll just join her. Hello, Anisha.
Hi
How are you?
everyone. Good, I'm fine. What about you?
I'm really good, and I loved. I really enjoying and. I'm impressed that you came in my session.
Yeah, no problem. I would definitely love to meet you and I'm enjoying it.
For sure, for sure. So, Anisha, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone. My name is Anisha Kakkar, and I'm 18 years old. And luckily, and I'm very happy to say that Shamil is my really close and my bestie. So we have been connected for about 4 to 5 years from our school times, and I personally would say that talking about me and Shamil, we both are connected on the basis of music, and I'm very much into singing and into different instruments. I like writing and reading and also painting. So I feel that these things are pretty much peaceful and make me really happy. So they give me pretty good positive vibes.
Great, great. So, your hobbies, your music and your art also matches my hobbies also because these are the same hobbies as mine. That's so
Yeah.
similar. Great. So, so how's your day going, Anisha?
So my days have been pretty good. Like, though we are like quarantined and we are in lockdown, we cannot meet many of the people. But I try to spend my day doing various activities, like working out a bit and doing my favorite hobbies. So it's a nice way of spending your day instead of just being on the network on a platform. But I guess that. Using this time for doing the things that you always wanted to do in your school life or when you're busy, so we have got that opportunity to do such things. So I guess that it's going pretty well, and I hope it continues.
Great, great. We also hope that it does not get boring, and as we are actually bored a little bit staying in
Yeah,
our homes, but that's not a problem if we communicate like this with each other, right?
yeah, sure, yeah.
Exactly. What things are you doing during these lockdown? Like, what are the things you do in free time, maybe?
Okay, so in the morning I wake up by 7:30, max to max 8. So in the morning I love the weather. It's like pretty cool and like you can feel the breeze, you can feel the nature. So I go for a walk downstairs to feel the nature, smell the fresh air which is downstairs, and then I just try to work out and meditate a bit. It makes me feel really calm and peaceful. And then by 12 or by noon I try to do my activities like singing or painting, then just talk to my friends maybe on the on the platform, on the social platform. And then in the evening I go out again for cycling and for like fitness purpose. So like I try to figure out how I could not make my day boring just by sitting on the bed for the whole day. So I try to do various things to make my life okay. Okay.
Exactly. We all should do because this is the time that we can enhance our creativity or
Yeah.
anything because we got nothing to do and except any kind of workout or something, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so what do you do for workout? Like yoga or cycling or anything? Just Hmm.
I do exercise like with a bit rigorous ones and cycling. And on Saturdays and Sundays, my dad is at home, so we go out for like we go out together for a walk, and then we play tennis or sports like badminton. So like I enjoy doing. Then I also like playing sports along with people. So especially with my father because he's a really great player. And I like indoor sports as well, like for the free time I like playing cards and jenga. So they like that, like indoor sports and uh, exercise, yoga, cycling. So that's all.
Which one is your favorite? Which one is your favorite sport? Like,
Favorite sport. Actually,
hmm.
my favorite sport is swimming, but I couldn't. But that's actually my
Okay,
favorite sport, which I enjoy doing a lot.
great, great. And what do you like except swimming? Like, what can in the sports which you can do? Which one is your favorite? Like badminton or tennis or anything?
I can play badminton pretty well. So, and tennis, I'm learning to play tennis right now. I had learned football when I was pretty young, but I have kind of forgotten it. But I used to play football as well.
Okay, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. And what like as you said, your hobbies are like painting, drawing, music, and all. Which one is your most favorite one? Like if you got to choose one, which one will be?
You know the answer, obviously,
I
but
know, I
I love singing. And actually, this hobby it started when I was in the middle school. Before that, I was into dance because I have been learning classical dance from Kathak for last 10 years and recently got a degree. But then, when I got introduced to music when I was in the sixth grade, then I started to develop interest in it. And from Indian classical to Bollywood and now to Western. So I enjoy and I love music. And my dad also loves hearing me out, and you also love hearing me out. So I
exactly.
love it. Yeah.
I if it's possible, you could also perform one little song in the end of the session.
Sure, sure, for sure. Yeah.
So, so you are actually combined in Indian Western both because you are combining
Yeah.
uh, Indian in dance and Western singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great combination.
Thank you so much.
So, what are your life goals like? What do you see that world what it should be?
I from the middle school I started to develop interest in social sciences subjects, especially history. And I love literatures, English literature or Hindi literature. I loved it. So I decided since like from middle school that I'm gonna do something in history. So then I'm so happy that my parents are really supportive about this. So they let me choose whatever, like my stream, which was humanities. So I chose humanities as my stream, and I'm so happy and I'm so proud that I'm a humanitarian. So, and it was not just because of the subjects, but also because humanities is something which helps connecting in people, to understand people's point of view, to understand their perspective. And nothing is more important to understand another individual than any other thing. And especially in such a period, we are connected just because of humanity. So I guess that we should develop such skills in which we could grow our humanity in ourselves, and it helps balance the human nature. So I had subjects like psychology and history and political science. So I guess that history was something which helped me to understand about the people, how they used to live in the past, because definitely it consists of the lives of people as well, about the great and inspiring people like Nelson Mandela and Gandhi ji or Swami Vivekananda. There are a lot of such great leaders. So I guess that it is a very good way of getting inspired. And I'm thinking of being an archaeologist in the future, and I have chosen history research as my subject. So I would be working on that so that I could reach to my goal.
Great. So as you said that humanity is also is a great subject. We all should actually understand that because
Yeah,
in this day because it's not that heavy diversion between science or humanities because
yeah,
this is 2020. Everyone understands this that humanities is a good subject. But yeah, some people just a little they have a little um, diversion or a border kind of in
yeah,
their mind that science is a better option than the humanities. So yeah, and also as you said that parents should be supportive in the way of choosing their subjects because if they're not studying according to their favorite subject or
yeah,
anything according to their favorite option, they couldn't study further
yeah,
properly. So
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
exactly.
yes. You said an important thing that you like your parents were supportive
Pretty
in
supportive.
choosing choosing a very rare subject that's history.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's really great. That's really great. So what can you explain me about what does an archaeologist like main work like what can it do for the for welfare of world or something?
Okay, so basically, the main goal of an archaeologist is finding, retracing about the past, and like our past is very much important for us because somewhere it helps us to grow. Because if we look back at our past, we see that there has been a growth in every aspect. People were more orthodoxic, and the techniques were not as much as it is right now, whether you see in
Mm-hmm.
the field of technology as well. So we have almost everything these days, like phones for connecting and all. But archaeologists try to find out a major element, which is like, because when we tell about ourselves, we also tell about our history. So when we are telling about ourselves, so it's very important for us to know about our ancestors, how they lived, how they evolved. So it's very important for us to know about the past. So the major work of the archaeologist is finding about the past, which is a very difficult work to do. You got a large scale work, and like in a whole land you have to find about the traces, and like it's very difficult to find out uh, every kind of thing, like every kind of
Mm-hmm.
crafts or anything which they used to find. And it's also difficult for them to reconstruct and find out that what was the purpose of that thing. So I guess that finding that out and going in the sun or in a typical weather, going there with no one around, it's very difficult for an archaeologist. Every job is difficult. I totally get it, but being an archaeologist is also a very difficult job.
Also, exactly, and also the archaeologist matters a lot because nowadays people are more towards believing the mythological or findings or any old findings which could be related in today's world. And also
Yeah,
I think I have heard something about that the archaeologist or any kind of findings which archaeologists do or any old findings that
yeah,
also tells that can also tell about the future or can also tell
yeah.
about the present, right? I think there's a topic.
Yeah, I would also like to add one point that
Mm-hmm, sure.
archaeologists also help in cracking the myths and the taboos which are related to many of things, especially religion in particular. The things that they find out has a scientific element in it, so it gives a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And because sometimes in which the things we believe, we don't know the basic reason behind it, we just blindly follow it. But archaeology helps us to retraces and give a reason about it, because when you have a question, you should also have an answer by the side. So that's a very important thing that they find about.
Exactly, exactly. And I personally also love know to like love know the past and love to know the past and more towards the history of the place or history of any like any kind of seal or any kind of object, like where did this emerged, or any kind of word also, like any kind of language that which emerged. And it's a really important and interesting, first of all, it's really interesting. So,
Yeah.
so in the world of archaeology, or as you're going in the future, being a future archaeologist, which country would you prefer going?
I would prefer my own country because I am very proud to say that our country's history has been really diverse, very beautiful, and I would love to follow the ancient history of my country. And we have had the most ancient civilization of the world, which is the Indus Valley civilization. And at the same time, we have got the oldest and the most ancient. University, which was Takshila, which is now in Pakistan. But retracing about our country's history is going to be amazing. But at the same time, for extra knowledge, I would also like to know about the Egyptian history, because I have learned that the Egyptian people had few things in similar, like they had got many of the gods and goddesses like ours, like their mythology was very diverse, and they were amazing mathematicians and great inventors, like they invented a lot of things. So there was a bit of similarity, I would say, in the ancient Indian history and the ancient Egyptian history. So I find it pretty interesting, and I would love to work on that also.
Great, great, great. So, like the first choice will be India, and then the second will be
Second would
Egypt,
be
right?
Egyptian. Yeah.
Great, great, great. And Egypt, I think I've never been to Egypt actually, but Egypt is like full of history, and I watching the movies and watching the childhood stories, I only know what I
Me.
actually know about. Yeah, exactly. Just that,
Yeah.
nothing else, nothing else. Can
Yeah.
you tell me about a little idea about
Sure.
the Egyptian? Yeah.
So I would give a little bit of idea about the most important element, which is very much required for recording the notes, which still is the paper. So the paper is very
Okay.
much important for our everyday, use, for the paperwork, for the documents, even the tough exams and the boring exams that we have to give, we have to write on that. So the paper was first invented by the Egyptians, and what they used to do is that there was this tree, eucalyptus tree, which used to grow on the banks of the Nile River. So what they used to do is that the leaves of the eucalyptus tree, they used to dry it up, and then they used to write on the leaves. And then though there are many other methods of using leaves for writing in our country as well, we have found many kind of manuscripts which were written on the palm leaves. But the oldest kind of the most important element was founded by them. Or you can say they were great mathematicians, like they discovered the clock and the time, and there were many other elements, important elements of maths, which was found by them. And also,
Yeah.
as a girl, I would say that many of the cosmetics were first, used by Egyptians. They had rich, they used to use a lot of jewelry, and I had gone through a lot of, books related to Egyptology in the library, in the school library itself. So I saw beautiful images, pictures of necklace and all, and I was so awestruck that how can, like, it was like literally perfect. Like they had different kinds of semi stones and precious stones, on the
Mm-hmm.
jewelry. And I
Mm-hmm.
found that from that I understood that they were, very skilled craftsmen, very skilled people they were great artisans as well. So they were like, there were various things that they had invented. So like that.
Exactly. And what is the history about the is there a real like are there real mummies out there? Because yeah, I think there are, but are there?
Mummies. Okay, so
Yeah,
basically, I don't know a lot, but whatever I have,
yeah.
learned, taken from the encyclopedias and all, there were different pyramids in which, different status of the mummies were kept. Like for kings and queens, there were separate pyramids. For the priests, different social. There were a hierarchy of,
Mm-hmm.
of the mummies that were kept. And I have also read that it was very difficult for the archaeologists to find the mummy of Nefertiti. It was very difficult for that find. It took many years for them to find the mummy of Nefertiti. And also, if you remember, we had read a
What is
poem.
sorry to
Nefertiti
interrupt.
was a queen.
Nefertiti. Okay.
Yeah. So Nefer, I haven't, read a lot, but she was a very beautiful and a very
Uh-huh.
powerful queen of, Egypt. And I guess that she holded a lot of responsibilities as well. So
Mm-hmm.
she's pretty much well known. And like Cleopatra, so Nefertiti was an Egyptian, because few people say that Cleopatra was actually Greek in reality. So, but Nefertiti was,
Okay.
in reality, was Egyptian. And then talking about the mummy of Tutankhamun, which I guess you remember, which we read in, in the school. There
Mm-hmm.
was a
Mm-hmm.
poem about it. So King Tut was also, he was a very young prince, and along with him, he was just 16 or 17 when he had died. So along with his mummy, the archaeologists found a lot of gold and a lot of precious stones and money and a lot of things, because it said that a king is buried along with all his wealth. And even a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things, like, they believe in an afterlife, a life after death. And there is also a book which is known as the
Okay.
Book of the Death, of Book of the Dead. So they believe in afterlife. So they just, keep a pot of vessel, like food and fruits and all that, because they think that after the person dies, he or she is going to go to a new world. So a lot of things were
Mm-hmm.
found along with the King Tut. And it is said that he had died of malaria after, they just traced about, medical, forensic experts had found that he died of malaria. So that's
Okay.
something, few things I know about, mummies.
Great. That that's actually not few. That's a lot of things you know about the Egyptian history or the mummy or anything because now I am not into history that much because I that's according to me I don't know why that till a limit it's I can understand that but I can't understand that of the limit so that's
Yeah, yeah,
but I love to listen like you were saying
yeah.
I love to listen so
See,
yeah
it's like,
exactly
so sorry
hmm
to interrupt, but
carry
it's
on
like,
carry on hmm
yeah, it's just that when you have interest in any subject or any kind of thing, whether it's very difficult to understand, then also you understand it, because that's what you tell to yourself that I have interest in it, so I have to learn more, because it's enlightening me, I'm loving it. So that, like that,
hmm
I have interest in history. It's pretty difficult. I know there are a lot of dates, but the major facts, which which highlight the things which I am interested in. So I just they just blink, and I love to learn and understand and gain knowledge from. So, yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And also, history, I also got one point right now that history, studying history is the tomorrow, I think tomorrow is the Bhumi Puja of the Ayodhya temple, the
Yeah,
new temple which is being built
yeah, yeah,
in the Ayodhya, and Ram Mandir is also a result of the history research, the archaeological research, right? So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why that's what it benefits. That's what
yeah.
it benefits.
It give that's what
Exactly.
I told, right? That it archaeologists find out really major and really practical, and they find out the evidences in reality. They would give out, if they have to tell that there was something below, so they would find it out and give a proper reason that yes, there was something in it, by finding out the remains of the temple and the pillars which were found under the masjid.
Exactly. Exactly. So one thing, I think one article I've read like a couple of days ago, a little article which I was a little like offended kind of, but I don't usually offend by this kind of article. I would just want to tell about the Ram Mandir temple which is being built. I read that the foreign media which is out of the India, and those are like considering that's injustice that it has not built um, on the mosque. They are not agreeing. But Hello, I'm sorry for
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
There was a call.
yeah. No, that's
So
totally fine.
sorry for the issue. Hello, can you hear me, Anisha?
Yeah, yeah, I can totally hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you actually. Just a
You
minute, I'll just
can't?
connect. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Am I audible?
Okay, yeah, you are audible now. I just fixed my problem. So what I was telling that yeah, foreign media is considering that Raman with the which the temple is gonna build in Ayodhya is not like they are we are building it from injustice like us in for real in the real times there was a real mosque over there. We agree that there was a real mosque, but before that there was a temple, and the foreign media is not able to not able to accept that fact. I don't know
Yeah.
why. So I just want to tell that no, it's not like that. There was a temple before that was cleared.
See, first of all,
Yes.
that they just don't, they have to understand that it's not the claims that we have just made. We have
Hmm.
found out evidences. The archaeologists have found out the evidences of the pillars which was below it. So,
Exactly.
I can totally understand that when there is no evidence, we cannot believe on the facts just like that. But when the archaeologists, who are specifically the work of them is to finding out the things, the historians and when they have found found it out the things, then they need to understand, because the authorities from the other countries, they have not visited. I don't know whether they have visited the country or not, but if they're still saying that, they need to meet the archaeologist, and if they are still thinking like that, so they need to talk to the archaeologist that what all they have found, because that's the that's gonna be more better for them, I guess, to understand that there was something below it.
Exactly. Exactly. They have to talk because this is a really old issue, and it's like more than 50 or 60 years for this issue. So that's a completely another topic. So what I was telling that also you have a really great thought about archaeology and history, and my viewers will be so excited and also so like impressed by your thought that what you are thinking about archaeological history and all.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's still,
I hope they do.
yeah, yeah, they will, and we are waiting for you to research more and tell us at the first information what you got.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
So great, great. So I'm really enjoying this session talking to you. What did you learn in your life till now, Misha? Like, what things you will um, suggest the younger ones to give? Like,
Okay.
hmm
So I would say that first of all, I am really lucky that I don't have friends who peer pressure me for things, because nowadays kids first of all see their seniors what they are doing, and me being a senior, I know that whatever I'm going to do, the juniors are going to see that they are going somewhere, they are going to see as we as the role models. So because we might not have a lot of age gap, so it's difficult for them to sometimes understand parents because of the age gap. But we having an age difference of 10 years or so, or just 5 years, so they look at us as we are, what we are going to do, so they are going to look at it. So I guess that don't ever come under the peer pressure, just be the way you are. Because once I also was through a stage in which I was going according to my friends. But when I realized that I have got my own individuality, and when I grew my self-esteem, so I understood that there are a lot of things that I could do. Because the
hmm
biggest thing, which more than any other thing, of understanding the of knowing by through other people, you have to believe in yourself. Because the first person you look at is yourself. Because when you look at yourself, when you talk to yourself, so that's the thing. You have to understand that you are the person you have to live with for the whole life, and you have to be friends with yourself more than any other thing. So you should have a good self-esteem, believe in yourself, be positive, and be optimistic, especially in this period. Because a lot of kids are going and dealing with mental problems and all. But talking to people, even talking to your parents, they are going to be supportive in any way. So just talk to your parents or your people who you feel you can talk to. So just talk to them, you will feel better. Because we definitely cannot socialize, just meet a lot, but at least we could talk to them on the phone, and we could feel better, lighter.
Exactly, exactly. A really important word you said that you said that not to come under the peer pressure of anyone or any kind of friend friends or any. First of all, importantly, a bad group, because um, that's what the coming generation is not able to understand, that which one is a bad group and which one is not. And they are more towards avoiding their parents saying and avoiding to the suggestions of their parents. So that's a really important lesson you gave, that listen to your parents, and more, because they have much more experience about your
Yeah,
life and their life. So yes.
because they were
hmm
also teenagers, and they would also have gone through some of these similar situation in their lives. But they still, maybe they got up from that, maybe they're not, but definitely they learned a lesson from it, and that's why they are suggesting us that we have to improve ourselves. So I guess that you should children should talk to their parents, definitely have a good relationship with your parents. Because they'll try to do anything for you, they'll do a lot of, they'll make you feel happy. And family and friends are really important, so always stay connected to your friends and family. And individuality is important, but at the same time it should be balanced. You should also have your own idea about yourself and about facing the world, but at the same time you should not leave your family and friends alone so that you could lead to your own life.
Exactly, exactly as you said, and are really important because that's if we don't give these motivations or motivation, not a motivation of sorry, motivation, not if we don't give these type of teachings or these type of life lessons which we have understood, and we are still kids, right, we are also still
Yeah,
kids, but we are still understanding the life. But according to us, or according because we belong to this kind this generation, this era, we understand, and whatever we understand we should just
yeah,
try sharing our experience to the younger ones, because um everywhere, literally everywhere, and as you said, that not believing or not or getting into any kind of bad group or bad or any kind of
yeah,
bad negative energy could also affect your mental health, and that's
yeah,
really that's again connected to the topic of mental health, which is the next pandemic of the world.
yeah,
So yeah, it's really important that we focus on this topic and focus on giving more knowledge towards the children, and they should listen to their parents, and they should listen to their elder ones.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, this was a really nice information you gave right now.
Yeah, I
So
would also,
hmm,
one thing I would like to say that,
sure,
you know,
sure.
that it's my father always said that, most of the people do, that there is no limit or no limit to your age of learning things. And my father in that case has been like, very inspiring, because my father was about 40 when he started traveling, because he's, being an engineer. At the same time, he is somewhere connected to the nature, to the mountains. And he started biking, sorry, and riding to
Uh-huh.
the Himalayas, and he's so much connected to it. So even though I don't have the same very similar interest, but the major thing that I understood is that even though it was his hobby, he still continued to enjoy it, whether whatever people say, but he knows. And
Mm,
my mom and I supported it, so he happily does, and I'm so happy that he has got a hobby. Everyone should have a hobby and should learn something or the other. Even if you're 70, 80, or 10, or any of the age, you should still do it, and just don't think about
yeah.
what others
Hmm.
say. If you want to do it, just do it. If you know that it's correct and you are being happy in it, you are feeling positive, you should do it.
Yeah. Actually, the big thing short, there's no age limit
To
for
learn,
education. Yeah.
yeah, to learn anything.
Right, to learn anything for educating yourself. Exactly. So yeah, great. Yeah, and also that at least if you are doing, if you are learning anything, if you are educating yourself at any age, if you are just happy, that's what you need in this type of generation, in this world of cruelty or anything, I say.
every every small thing is, every small thing can make me, anyone happy. Like me baking a cake and just sitting in front of the oven, and the cake, just fluffing up, and it makes me happy, because every small kind of thing makes everyone happy in any of the ways. So I guess that we should find a source through which we can make ourselves happy, even if it's small.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Happiness is the main thing, and our organization also says the same, that happiness is the main motive, and also our school name is also we have PPY School of Happiness because we teach happiness. We don't teach education. We teach happiness, how to live happily. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I also want to question you that how did you know about the PPY and how do you know what do you know about the PPY?
So
Like
first of all, the first source through which I came to know about was you, the ambassador of PPY, and the
exactly.
second thing, the second thing is I followed up. I have followed up few videos on the YouTube as well, and as your father Manish uncle has also came to the school for like for like. Uh, I would say a stage before, like what
Mm-hmm.
it was about. So I was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I got introduced about it more and more, and I would be very happy to work in it because it's like a very good source for anyone to know if you want to support any kind of peace of humanity, and I believe in humanity and peace. So I guess that it's a source through which it's one of the major source which can make you happy is like donating and sharing happiness to the people who never had a lot. They were facing some or the other kind of problem, but now they're happy because
Exactly.
you guys promoted it. So every small thing and every, as I had told earlier, PPY is basically an house which is providing happiness and peace and humanity. In basic words, it's doing a great work.
Great, 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 and you really understood it so well that the main motive of this organization is the joy of giving and to heal people through raising global consciousness. The main motto of this of our PPY family and to live meditation. So,
Yeah.
Anisha, do you meditate or um like do you on or at what time do you meditate if you do?
I prefer meditating when it's like a bit like when it's peaceful. Like I would prefer early in the morning or in the late night, like before I go to sleep. So it's like it's really peaceful, and the weather is pretty good. So it just it gives a really nice feeling and really nice environment of meditating, and like it makes me feel really calm, and it helps me reduce my stress, though I don't have any kind of stress. But when we had examinations or like that, I had a lot of stress and anxiety. Every student deals with some sort of anxiety and like that. So I feel that at that time I used to, like, for about 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes a day is sufficient for everyone. It just calm, we just need to calm ourselves, cool our body down, tell our brain that everything is optimistic, everything is good, and all is well from Three Idiots. So that
Exactly.
helps. Meditation helps us, and connecting with our body, knowing our body, feeling our body. So I guess that meditation, it's a very good method of connecting to the self and the soul.
Exactly.
Cleansing
Exactly.
ourselves, cleansing and
Exactly.
purification of.
Yeah. Yeah. Purification of ourselves. Yes. Exactly. Uh, Formatting ourselves, like being completely positive. Yeah, you said a really important point. You are saying really important point gradually. That
Yeah.
that that's a great thing. That's a great thing. So, what do you a really hilarious question that what do
Sure,
you
you can definitely.
what do you like how you perceive about me as a person?
You as a person. Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. So from past 5 years, your first impression was that there is this really talented guy who knows how to play the piano really really well, and your first my first reaction is, whoa, the second grader is literally playing the piano so well. So it was like it was such a great feeling, and then slowly and slowly when we met, it was uh, like I don't know. As a best friend, I guess that you are really
You
understanding. Yeah, because you don't think you just be friends. You just be friends with those people who you feel connected, and you don't need to feel how the other person is. So I guess that we are connected because we are very good. You are very good in understanding me or any other person. You're sensitive to others' emotions, and you have a very good emotional quotient. You are very understanding your own emotions, and balancing yourself in a way of emotions. You're like never you never have those kinds of bad vibes, or the feeling of the. And also I feel really really inspired when I see that Shamil can play so many, like so well, and he's trying to learn more every day. He's trying to learn guitar, he's trying to do something, and he's following his goals and dreams. So it's like basically I would feel that I feel like we are so much similar, and I just found that I found my other self. So like who if I found my twin, so it feels like that.
exactly.
Basically, I felt that I am describing myself because we have so much in common. So it is a bit difficult for us to tell ourselves. So that's why I was a bit I'm like I have to think first. But then when I understood that he's a great amazing person, you don't have to tell how amazing you are, that. So yeah,
Thank you so much.
you're awesome.
And as you said that I have a really great command in controlling my emotions, because that point is my favorite point, because that I want my quality to be applied with every one of us, because controlling our emotions, if you can control your emotion, you can do literally anything. Literally, you can really do anything, and you can and that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to in our future, like being a psychologist, or from this age only. I'm trying to heal other people through motivating them, or through making them feel that they can do this work or do that work or anything. As you said, I that was my favorite point. So thank you so much, because you're the first person. You're the really first person who pointed out this point.
I
That's
would also
really
like
great.
to say one thing, that
Yeah,
also
great.
along with having so many good emotional controlling abilities, and you having great mental health, you promote great mental health, and you just inspire me. As also as a best friend, I would also like to say that you are a really cute, adorable, and a very cute shy person.
I'm indeed. You know what, Anisha? Any of the foreign visitors who have visited our house will relate to this point, because I am a really shy guy. I'm a really too much shy that you can't even imagine how shy
I
I am.
know, I know.
But but when it comes to like promoting, or when it comes to doing my work, or trying to like motivating, or trying to be a little psychologist, I just put my shyness away and just keep on like trying to do my work. So yeah, as you said, I am really shy. I'm really shy on other work. To be
I
honest,
would
this is it.
I
Yeah.
would also say that, what I have understood till now is that once you get connected to people and once you're comfortable with them, you are like totally open with them, and then that's a really good thing. And you would like try to be, as close to them and as helpful to them. You are always helpful, I would say. But when
Yeah.
you just open up yourself, it's like confetti. It's like, a lot of
Yeah.
love. So you are just like,
Exactly.
when you open up and you have opened me up, yourself, you share every kind of your emotion, and that makes me feel
Exactly.
so happy and so special that, being your friendship, your friend is so, so such a nice thing. So I
Hmm.
would say that you are amazing in every kind of way.
Exactly. And as you said that, I open up myself whoever I meet. You know what, to be honest, I consider that point a really bad quality of mine, because I shouldn't open to everyone who I connect, because I really I'm that kind of believer, or I'm that kind of such a great, or I'll not possess myself as I'm great or anything. I'm just uh, too childish of nature, that well, whoever I meet, or whoever I think that okay, he's gonna stay with me the whole life. I
Try to
open
give you all.
I yeah I just spit all my thinking and all, like hell, that okay, he's good, he or she is good. I can close up my every secrets and everything, but that's not a good thing. I have to improve that. So let's see. But that's a little good point for till a limit, but that's normal. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, so yeah, and yeah, I love working for the homeless people, and also you should also join with me. That should you have already joined actually, but
yeah.
yeah, and
You don't need to
as
ask me. You
just
just say, I'm a
obviously,
friend
obviously,
and I'm ready to do it. So you don't need to ask. You just need to add me.
obviously, I just by accidentally I said should. You
I'm
are
already
all
there.
ready.
I'm
You
already
already. You
there.
already. Yeah, I know that. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, and I also want to tell that do you remember? I think no. My dad also came when I think in 2018. No, 2019. Before our
Yeah,
summer break in 11th, he came to our school. And
yeah,
he did meditation. Yeah,
yeah.
he led.
I
Hmm.
yeah, I had also I had mentioned that because that was a platform through which your father had told about it.
Exactly.
So when
Exactly.
I asked about PBY, so that's I had mentioned it already. I knew about it because uncle had came to school and
Mm-hmm.
had this you know what I would say he introduced
Yeah,
about
I am a session. Yeah, we introduced.
yeah
Yeah, exactly.
yeah so
Exactly.
yeah I do remember
So,
I definitely remember.
so a last normal, really childish kind of question, maybe. Any kind of, do you remember any of your childhood story? Do you remember? And if you, yeah, just tell us.
Okay. So I remember that I have always been a very, a very right now, even though I'm 18, but I'm still a bit childlike, and it's good to be, a child from the heart. So when I was in second or first grade, I remember that our class teacher was introducing with a new thing, which was tables. And I am I from the very beginning I was really scared in mathematics. So the teacher had asked that who knows tables, and I'm like, ma'am, I know the tables. So she is like, till kahan tak aate hai, till where do you know the tables? I'm like, I know
Mm-hmm.
till 20. So ma'am and the whole class was so surprised that how is it possible for a first grader to know the tables till 20? And I'm not two tens are 20. That's it. So
Oh
at
my
that
gosh.
I didn't realize, but now when I see, at the past, and when I see, look at my past, my child, no, when I was a kid, I was a kid who was really bubbly and really talkative person. And there was not a complaint, just this thing which was told by the teachers that Anisha is a really talkative child. Nothing else. They were satisfied with everything. But just the thing is that Anisha is a really talkative. You have to control her. So I'm like, okay,
You are still.
no, I love talking. I'm still gonna, continue my thing. It's my skill.
Okay, and that's actually a great skill you have.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Childhoods are fun. Childhoods are fun, and I love to listen. In every or the other session, I try to question our guests, like, do you remember any kind of your childhood story, and do you remember any childhood, any funny kind of, any hilarious childhood story? I would love to listen that. And first of all, the viewers, the who all are watching, this session, they love to hear these little
Yeah,
stories because the you know what this little minute or this little seconds even seconds of happiness also affects our mind, and that's what I want, that everyone should come and everyone should listen this session so that they could not feel bored, they could not feel little, they could openly talk to in the session anything which they want. So yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's a great, and I really like your story.
No, connecting to people is actually amazing. Connecting to
Yeah,
people, talking about yourself, they talking about themselves is actually amazing, you know. It's like
exactly.
nice to hear
Hmm.
other people, to understand other people. So it's nice.
Exactly. Exactly. And also at last, I want to conclude in this session that as we are young, we are the youngest, or we are the youth of this generation, and also of this organization called PPY. And we all should manage and make a youth team um which will work
Promotes.
for, yeah, for which will work for humanity, which will first of all work for mental health,
Yeah,
because we just don't have any idea that how big is gonna be mental health in our future, if it
yeah,
doesn't control, if it doesn't gets control in particular time. So yeah, I would actually try making you also come, and you and
sure,
everyone, every children, I would try bringing every children and every youth wing to this wing, to this little effort of improving our mental health. And
sure.
you also try calling your friends, or calling your known ones to join
Sure.
the yeah. So
And
this
all.
was a yeah, exactly. So yeah, this was a really great session talking to you, Anisha, and I really enjoyed
Thank
talking to
you so
you.
much.
Yeah,
And I love
and
talking to you.
yeah, I know that. Exactly. So okay, so we have came to the end of the session, and I would ending up the session over here by just concluding that Om Namah Shivaya. We'll get back to another session. Thank you so much, Anisha, for being
Welcome.
here. Yeah, we
Yeah.
look forward meeting soon again. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Have
you.
a nice
Bye.
day.
Bye.
Have a nice
Have a
day.
nice day. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Should I close it?
My just a minute. Okay. It happens. It happens. My Chrome is supports some. Okay, I'm closing it. So again. Bye bye.
Bye. I'm
Bye.
leaving.
Yeah, I'm also leaving. Bye.